أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم الحمد لله رب العالمين يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. Fasting during the month of Ramadan was made obligatory upon us in the second year of Hijrah. And it was made obligatory upon us, and it was described as a thing that was given to those who came before us, that was made obligatory upon them first. In other words, it was an ancient practice. It wasn't something that was altogether new. So when the Prophet ﷺ and the companions got it, they were ordered to do so, and they fell right in. Took a little growing into, but by the third year of Hijrah, they had no option but to fast. Okay, that first year they fasted Ramadan in the Battle of Badr. The second year, the Battle of Uhud took place, and it was in that same type of period. However, Allah made it obligatory for us to fast during that period. And when we look at fasting in and of itself, there is a whole lot of benefits from the fasting. If you've been fasting for the last 6 days, then 27 days, then you know for sure that you can tell a difference. You're not just light on your feet. But you're inquisitive. You're a little more compassionate. Your senses are up. You're about to see, you're able to benefit a little more from what Allah has given you. You're a little more appreciative. You're comfortable with saying Allah in public, you see? And so it's important that we understand that, dear brothers and sisters, that we understand that the month of Ramadan is designed to train and build you up so that you can go and do some work later, somewhere else, around people that don't even know anything about Islam. And you'll feel comfortable because you're sharing with them the truth. And that you don't have any complex at the fact that you wear a kufi or you wear khimar, jilbab, or you wear whatever you wear as identifying with the religion. You don't have any reservations about the nature and practice and what the purpose is for. Dear brothers and sisters, during this month of Ramadan, you should have developed into someone who has now become a little more inclined to respecting the message of that Allah sent through the Quran and abiding by the example of his prophet and then loving the Muslims around you. How many of you love the Muslims around you? How many of you are getting along with other Muslims? How many of you are in a position to where you're pleased to be in this community? How many of us, dear brothers and sisters, how many of us that during this month of Ramadan met people that they were around for a long time and didn't know anything about them, rarely even said the salams to them? How many of us, dear brothers and sisters? See, that's what Ramadan is for. One of the benefits of Ramadan is the ijtama'iyah benefit, or the community life benefit, the social benefit. Ijtama'iyah is social. Community life benefit. We're around each other more than we usually are around each other in the month of Ramadan because we're breaking bread with each other. We're praying with each other. We're rehearsing the Quran with each other. We're around each other more during the month of Ramadan. It's designed to be like that, dear brothers and sisters. But what's the purpose of that? Why do I need to be around these brothers and sisters every day in Ramadan? So that we can get used to having a community of Muslims. It's important that we look at it from that perspective. It's important that we don't get away from that we don't run and hide from the notion that we're going to have a Muslim community. Dear brothers and sisters, Mr. Charlie and his group are not the only people that exist on the earth, and they're not the only ones that matter. Muslims' lives matter too. Just like Black lives matter, Muslims' lives matter. Muslims. And you look at the Palestinian plight, you look at the plight of those Muslims that are in the Congo, their lives matter. Congolese lives matters. Palestinian lives matters. These lives matter. And we don't say this against whatever was said about Black Lives Matter. In fact, it's coinciding with that to show that the tradition continues. That there's always someone abusing the life of others. to the point where you have to proclaim to them that those lives matter. May Allah help us. To that we say Ameen. Assalamu alaikum.